Coach, look
Yes.
here. Coach, let us know how you feel, Coach, when your student, best fighter in the world. How you feel, Coach?
I feel like I'm on top of the world because I got the best fighter in the world, and I knew I would have the best fighter in the world, so I feel number one.
You know, Coach, why I'm best? Because I have best coach in the world.
You have some of the best coaches in the world. Yes, you do.
Wait, guys.
Brother, this coffee shop, not this Habib gym.
Elbow to elbow.
For the cake, we have
Low cut and low cut. Pound for pound, my number one guy.
Islam Makhachev's coach, Javier Mendez, has issued a clear warning to Jack: don't sleep on Islam's striking. While Makhachev is widely recognized for his elite grappling and ground control, Mendez emphasized that his striking has evolved into a serious threat. According to the coach, underestimating Islam's stand-up game could be a costly mistake, as he's more than capable of holding his own and even dominating on the feet.
I think the biggest thing on our side is he's very, very strong. Very strong. So, yes, he's super, super strong. Out of all my lightweights, he is the strongest one out of all of them. I don't recall one lightweight stronger than him. Not even close. He's the strongest. So out of everybody I have, he's the guy that has the best opportunity to be able to handle the strength of the bigger guys.
What are you hearing about him training now that we're going into welterweight, right? Because he gets to consume more calories. He gets to be a little bit bigger. What are you hearing from Khabib and the camp about how different it feels for him?
Well, when I saw him over a month ago, he looked very big, very fit, very strong. And I really liked that. And I saw some of the training videos of him running up the hill with the vest and stuff. So right on track. Islam has always been, the kind of fighter that you just wind them up, tell them what to do, and let them go. And that's exactly what's happening here. You know, he does his own. You don't need to motivate him. You just need to tell him what you want, and he'll go out and do it. I'm very happy to see the progress he's making, because I do see it, and
Several analysts have praised the evolution of Islam Makhachev's striking. Former UFC champion Robert Whittaker highlighted this after Islam's dominant win over Alexander Volkanovski at UFC 294, saying Makhachev's stand-up has shown significant evolution.
Definitely, but like I said, it is hard to try to get like an accurate gauge on what it's going to look like, not knowing how Islam is going to look when he moves up. Okay, it's always the question everybody asks when anybody is moving up a weight division or down a weight division. Okay, there's so many unknowns involved. But saying that, I think that Islam can do everything that Bilal does, but way better. Okay, way better. So, and the fight, I thought Jack handedly had the fight, but it was a fight. Okay, so I don't think it'll be an easy fight for Jack.
Likewise, UFC commentator and former fighter Paul Felder pointed out that many fans overlook Islam's hands, noting that his finishing sequences often begin with striking rather than grappling. These observations suggest that Makhachev is no longer just a grappling specialist, but a well-rounded, dangerous fighter in all areas.
If we're talking about Islam, for sure you've got to be physically strong to start. Like, you can't be in there with that guy if you can't match that level of strength that he brings to the table. So that's number one. Like, you've just got to have some real strength. You see Charles is a freak, and he's pretty strong, but he just couldn't handle that. A lot of these guys can't handle that. And I think on top of that, you've got to be able to wrestle, not on his level, but enough to be able to counter. And I think that you've got to be a phenomenal striker with real power. You've got to you've got to be able to hurt him several times throughout that fight. We saw Poirier be able to do it. He's got the power. He's got the strength, but I just don't think he could match the wrestling with it. So, unfortunately, it sounds like we're making a superhuman when we talk about what it takes, because that's what you're trying to be, realistically. And I think more than that, you've got to have a mentality and just a self-belief similar to what Conor had when he was first starting out, where it's almost delusional how much he believed in himself. And I think to beat a guy like Islam, that you got to be somebody a little crazy and a little out there to be able to do it, because he's so dominant that there seems to be no weakness in him. So you've got to believe that you have that that nobody else has really shown that they have.
Joe Rogan was visibly impressed after seeing footage of Islam Makhachev's training camp, especially noting his size and conditioning. In a clip titled "Joe Rogan Shocked Watching Islam Makhachev Train with 170 Pounds Weight," Rogan reacted with disbelief at how Islam carried extra muscle without losing his usual fluid movement. He said it's rare to see a fighter add mass yet maintain the sharpness in grappling and striking, a sign that Makhachev is preparing for challenges in the higher weight division.
When a guy like Islam Makhachev, who is the UFC lightweight champion, the pound-for-pound best fighter on earth, when he gets into the cage on the day, whatever it is, that Saturday night, this is a peak of performance and training that cannot be maintained. You're getting it to right when your body can recover and is forced to maintain this insane level of fitness. And then you have to take a break.
Former champions like Daniel Cormier have said this fight could cement Islam as a two-division legend. The pressure is massive, but Islam has been here before, disciplined, focused, and calm under fire.
And then Islam resettled himself. Once he got that takedown, though, it was par for the course. You know, Joe, this guy, we are wrestlers, just like Makhachev. But guys could somehow move on the bottom when I took them down. Granted, once they started to get up, I would try to allow them to get up so I could throw them back down, right? That's fatigue. But with Makhachev, they don't even move. And I'm talking about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts, chill. Oliveira, black belt. Poirier, black belt. Moicano, black belt. And he's submitting them all. And I promise you, everybody knows that that's his best submission, but they keep getting caught in it. And the moment he gets it on, that squeeze, second to none. I know you say it's hard to look up to someone younger than you, but he carries a bit of an edge. He carries a bit of an aura about him that now is undeniable. And I believe that every time he walks into the octagon going forward, there's going to be more and more expectation. Joe, when he steps into the octagon next time, he will have the opportunity to tie Anderson Silva for the longest win streak in UFC history. That's how dominant this guy has been.
Perhaps the most important part of this camp isn't physical, it's mental. Islam knows that if he beats Jack Della Maddalena, he won't just be a lightweight champion anymore. He'll be remembered as one of the all-time greats. Overall, the consensus among experts is clear. Islam Makhachev's striking has evolved from a secondary skill into a key weapon in his arsenal. This transformation not only makes him more versatile, but also significantly increases the challenge for any opponent stepping into the octagon with him. As Islam continues to refine both his grappling and striking, he stands poised to remain one of the most dominant and well-rounded fighters in the UFC.